Filipino food on set. And so what are other ways, this is open to any of you, what are other ways that we really start to see different cultures, and specifically Southeast Asian cultures, kind of mix on set and with the different actors?
Well, I mean, we really did try to incorporate, cultural elements when we could, and we did them in a and with the funeral and stuff, we were really trying to, stay true to a lot of elements, but do it and again in a nuanced way, stuff that was like just a part of life, not like in your face, because it's like that's just how we are, right? So I think that was.
Yeah, no, for me, I always think of it in a way that it's a show where whenever you travel, people aren't going to change their whole country for you to understand. And I feel like this is a show where you're just thrown into it, but because the relationships and the situations are so real that you're able to relate to it, and that you don't need to be, there's no explanation. It's just an experience that you have when you travel to a new country, and just an acceptance of like, oh, this is how it is, and then obviously, the stories that are incorporated in the relationships and the dynamics between everybody is just like, you just sucked into it as well, that you, for me, that's the unique, I think, way the story is told. It's not in a way that is completely explained so that you understand, even if you're not from our culture. It's in a way that it's like when you go to a new country and nobody's going to change that language for you. You just have to be like, oh, this is how it is, So I think that that's something so unique about this show. So
I don't really have much to add. I feel like they covered everything, but I think it's also something where even the smallest things on the show are so almost crazy. Because I remember when the show first came out, I was on Twitter. I hate Twitter, but I was on Twitter, and I got a bunch of people responding to Fox's tweets and things like that, and they were saying, "Oh, I'm so happy that I saw Jollibee chicken on the show, on the episode." I've never seen that on a network show. Or they speak Tagalog, and or they, the smallest little things that really make people feel represented and make them feel like they're being seen.
Just one thing going back to that is also the set. It was so specific, and it reminded me of my mother's clutter, and I would just want to clean it up and everything, but everybody knows there's tchotchkes everywhere, and it was just the way it was so specific. There's a Santo Niño by the kitchen, there's these were the things that were just so real that they weren't in your face, but it just really explained and shared the culture through those just small details that I think every culture deals with, I think, so yeah.
Yeah, like we had a pot where there was like ramen dripping off the side.
The rice cooker.
But a fun thing about the Jollibee is that we actually are told explicitly not to have product placement, and we actually have to hide it all the time. And we asked for a Jollibee. So and basically we convinced Fox, like, this is so important to the culture. This is an iconic thing for the community. Like, can we just show it? And they said, okay.
Yeah, I think one of the amazing things